Hey, hey! Welcome to Jill on Money, powered by The Compound. We are excited to be here with you, and we are answering your financial questions live, in a camera, in a studio. Mark, how are you feeling?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. We didn't talk about this on the first episode, but this is our first time in a studio setting
Yeah.
since March of 2020. How does it feel? Like riding a bike?
Totally. I mean, it's actually nice. It's really, first of all, this is a unique studio because it actually has a window.
Yeah, it's got
And
good views
it's
too.
got great views, and we're so grateful to our friends at the compound at Ritholtz to host us at this beautiful space, and we don't have to do anything, and it's a better commute for you than the broadcast center.
Yes, I don't have to transfer. It's an easier commute, but it's strange because from what was it 2011 to 2020 we were in a studio every single week, multiple
Every
times
week.
a week.
Yeah, and Mark was such a grumpy guy when
Not
he
true.
came in, totally was.
Do
Uh
I seem grumpy?
It's not that you seem grumpy, it's just that you are grumpy.
Not true.
But, it's an easy thing, and actually it's nice when you only have to commute, a little bit, it's not bad.
As long as I don't have to transfer, it's fine by me.
So how long did it take door to door this morning?
It's probably like, well, it's going to change soon, but 20, 25 minutes.
That's not bad.
No,
I went just to be clear how easy it was for me, I walked out of my apartment, and 12 minutes later, I was in Times Square. It was pretty good. Okay.
can't beat that.
Cannot. Anyway, this is so much fun for us because a lot of you guys have been asking for more video content. And so that is why we are here. And that is why we love having you prompt us to do these things. If you want to come on and join us, and if you have any financial question, just go to jillonmoney.com, click the contact us button. And of course, we'll get you on the air. When I say we, I mean Mark, because he does all the work. Also, I like this format when you have to actually work, as opposed to you muting, going off and getting your nuts, getting a coffee. Sometimes I know that he's just not paying attention, and then all of a sudden, are you snacking? He's
I,
like, yes, I am.
I was actually going to pack my bag of nuts this morning, but I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person.
So how are you feeling being back in this
I like it. I
mode?
like it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nice
good.
to see people and interact with other people.
It's only been 5 years for you. It's
I
great.
know,
I
believe it or
mean,
not, I'm actually enjoying this. Yeah.
that's great. All right. So listen, if you want to join us, jillonmoney.com, that's where everything lives. And all we ask about this particular part of the process, if you want to come on the air live, Mark will do everything. If you want to be on video, it's really fun and it's very easy and really nobody recognizes you. So don't worry. And if you want to just do audio, that's cool too. We'll make it all happen for you. So, all right. Let's do this now. Let's go and talk to our listener, viewer. This is Ed, who's on the line from New York. Ed is a little shy boy, but we did make him turn his camera on just so we could look at him, make sure he was real. Proof of life. And so, Ed, what brings you to us today?
Well, good to meet you guys. So I have a big birthday coming up at the end of the week. I'm
Yeah.
39, turning the big 40. And I've never really talked to anyone about savings and retirement. I think we've done a really good job, but I've never actually talked to anyone about it.
I mean, first of all, amazing. You're a Sagittarius, and so I love you already. And I feel very honored that you're doing that with us. So, have you listened to the show for a while, or like,
I
how do you
listen
know
to it.
us?
I've heard you over the years on radio, TV, and then I'm just interested in investing. So I found your podcast and I listen to it, almost every week.
Oh, that's awesome. So now let's talk a little bit about what it feels like to turn 40. Is it freaking you out or not?
Someone just told me that I look 25, so no, not really.
They're lying, but that's nice. You don't look 40. But Mark, how did you
Okay.
feel turning 40? Was that a milestone for you?
No, some people get freaked out about that stuff. It doesn't bother me at all.
My mother just told me that the worst birthday that she had was 70. She thought that 70 was the worst birthday. She's 84. And the reason why she said that is that she goes, like, when you turn 70, you're old.
I just got done watching this documentary on Netflix about Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
which I actually enjoyed. Learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know. But he said something in that documentary. He said, up until age 40, life is all about addition. Once you hit 40, it's all about subtraction.
Oh, I like
Mm.
that. How poignant from coming from him. Okay. I wouldn't have expected that. Maybe I'll watch it, probably not. So Ed, are you feeling anxious about 40 or not?
No, I feel like, to be quite honest, I feel like I crushed the 30s.
Yeah, tell us
Um,
how. What happened?
so it started off, I married my wife, who was like unbelievable. Best thing to ever happen to me. Um, right at 29 and a half ish, we bought our first home.
Mhm.
And the market was not great at the time. It was 2013.
Mm.
So we basically stole the house. I feel like we did.
Yep.
Um, and then about 2015, my career, kind of exploded. I'm in e-commerce, and I'm specifically in the Amazon space. And the pandemic hit, and that like really went crazy. So like my business went from like 0 to 100.
Well, I don't get it. What do you
And
do? What do you do? Like, when you say
so so
e-commerce space, do you sell
so
stuff on Amazon?
yes, so I help brands advertise on Amazon, and I
Aha.
do everything in between. I do their accounting, their operations, basically the whole thing.
Mm.
Um, and I have a profit share in a couple of the products that I manage, and the sales, like as I said, went nuts in 2020, 2021, 2022.
So let's
So the
talk
last
about
couple of years have been very good for me.
a is this a more normal year that we're finishing up 2013? I mean 13. I
2023.
looked at 2013. 2023, is this a more normal year for you? Do you
It
think
is.
income wise?
It is. It's still a bit inflated, but I think next year will be more like on par with what we're going to be doing.
What do you think that'll be? Like, just give us a number so we can kind of start like seeing
So
what's what.
a household income would be between 300 to 400,000. Again, it's tough to say because I know it's a wide range,
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
the profit share is a big part of that.
Okay, that's great. And is your wife in the business with you?
She is, and she also has a full time job on this side.
What? Her side hustle is her full-time job. I love that.
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
How old is she?
She is 37.
Okay. All right. And you guys have kids?
We do. We have 2 kids, 3 and 1, and 1 on the way due in April.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know, I know.
You're
We
amazing.
love it. We absolutely love it.
All right. And that's it or what? Like
That's it.
you don't
That's it. We are
you don't
done.
want a basketball team?
I do not.
Okay, just checking. Um so what have you done with all this money that you crushed in your 30s? What's happened to it? So you've got a house that you bought in 2013. What's it worth now?
Correct. It's worth between 600 and 625,000, and it's paid off.
Oh my God. Okay. Um, what else did you do with it besides pay off the mortgage? What else? How have you saved money?
Okay, so we have a lot going on. So we have retirement accounts.
Hmm.
Um, we have about 405,000 in SEP IRAs,
Hmm.
85,000 in traditional IRAs, 150,000 in Roth IRAs, and my wife has 66,000 in a 401k.
Okay. Got it. What about non-retirement assets?
So we also have a brokerage account that we consider retirement, which is 688,000, and that's in 100% stocks.
Oh, nice. And do you mean stocks or index funds
No,
or
betterment. So that's
okay.
where we put all of it, all of
Okay.
our stuff.
All right. And you're happy with Betterment?
We are,
Great.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
First
very
sponsor of
happy.
the Jill on Money podcast.
I
Way
know,
back
I know, I
when.
know. I
Way
hear it
back
all the
when.
time.
Okay. What about money in the bank?
So in cash, we have 400,000.
Holy smokes. What are you doing with 400 grand? You got something to do? Like something happening?
No, I mean, I don't know how much more I can put in stocks. I mean, I don't know. Like, we have enough there.
Okay.
Um, and by the way, so I didn't finish with the brokerage stuff.
Okay, keep going.
So we have an individual stock account with
Mhm.
about 225,000,
And you're just
and
finding that
then
are you doing like, this like, how are you picking those stocks?
my wife is just amazing at it. I don't know. She picked Tesla, Amazon. There's no like research behind it, unfortunately, but she seems to have like the hot hand. I don't know.
Alright. Have her keep rolling those dice at the table then. I like that.
And
Um,
then and then we also have a couple other accounts. Let me look. It's 88,000 in a Franklin account and 74,000 in an Invesco account, and that's all like mutual funds and high income funds.
why do you have that?
My wife actually had that.
Mm.
from her family. I don't really know too much about those accounts, to be quite
You
honest.
know what it sounds like? It sounds like that, like, maybe her family might have gifted her some
They
shares a
did.
while back
Her
and
correct.
okay.
So I was going to ask about that. I don't know what to do with those. Like, should
Mm.
we transfer those over to a different account?
You could probably I mean, I don't know, in your the thing is at Betterment, you have a brokerage account, but you can't they can't hold stuff that's held I don't think they can hold those name brands, Mark. I don't think
I
that you
don't
could
think so.
so in other words, like, if you had, like, do you have a Schwab account or a Fidelity account or a
We do have a Schwab account.
okay.
Yes.
So what you could potentially do is transfer it into the Schwab account. Where you have the individual stocks, is that the Schwab account?
Correct.
I mean, I think you could probably transfer it in. Find out if Schwab will let you hold them. Those
Okay.
assets. Does she have all the cost basis information from that?
I asked her that and she couldn't find it. So no, she does not, but I'm sure we can find it. Just she didn't have it
You
offhand.
know, it's like you can do a best guess. You can basically say, I inherited at this time, and this is, or they was gifted to me at this time. They just, if you sell it, we just want to know like some basis for making that sale. Not that you would
Right.
necessarily sell it. Do you guys have 529 accounts for the kids yet?
We do. So the 3-year-old has about 20,000 in his, and the 1-year-old has about 16 in his.
How are you feeling about like doing some mega funding on that 529?
Um, I feel okay about it. I don't mind helping them pay for college in the future out of like income or dividends on the investment accounts. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what to do in that regard.
What do you think, Mark? I'm ready to put some of that cash to work in those 529 plans.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at the original email, and I see he's got some rental income each
Oh,
month.
wait, you have another property?
Oh yeah, we have another house. I'm sorry. So
Whoops.
a rental. So we bought a rental in 2021, and there's about 250 grand of equity in that, and it cash flows about $1,800 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Holy
got lucky on that one
smokes.
too. I've had a lot of luck. Like I said, the 30s were really good for me.
All right, well, it's only downhill from here, so let's make sure we don't
I know.
squander it.
I
I mean,
know.
Jesus. So if you if you wanna prioritize kind of like what you're thinking about when you're looking ahead, what is it that's important for you guys?
So, career wise, I don't really want to go back to an office or like burn out in a career.
Mhm.
Um, I've done well to this point and I like spending time with the kids. Obviously, I have to work, but like I'd like to coach and like be around. I don't want to
Mhm.
be not there. So, career wise, I'm not looking to make a lot in the future. Like I want to make money, but I don't need to be like a director or a vice president or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what I'm prioritizing at this point is having a job, but not spending too much time with it.
So if you look at that when you first said to me 3 to 400 grand, right, in terms of income, do you
Hmm.
guys think you could live just fine on 250 combined and so that you could pull back a little bit?
100%.
Okay. Do you know like what you actually spend in terms of like various expenses, like not going crazy, you don't have to detail, but about what you think you spend on a monthly basis?
Yeah, yeah, probably about $6,500 a month. Yeah, about that.
That's
That's
not
with
very
daycare,
much.
which will go away. Yeah, we don't spend a lot. We don't go out to eat. We're not extravagant, and right now the kids are so small that like we can't do a lot.
Mhm.
So that could change in the future.
Mm.
But right now, yeah, we don't spend a ton
So, I mean, you're completely self-employed. Your wife has a full-time job. How do you get health benefits through her job?
through her job.
Okay.
Correct.
Does she like
Yeah.
that job? Is that something she wants to keep doing?
Yeah, she's good at it, so she'll keep doing that for
Okay.
sure.
So that's not something we don't have to worry about.
Could you work less at your current job if you wanted to?
My job right now is amazing, so I like what I'm doing. It's just, the pandemic boom is over, and eventually, I know that the clients I have, things will change. So when they do change, do I want to go back in house and work at a company?
Mm.
Do I want to try and keep consulting? I also teach guitar, which I didn't even discuss. So do I want to try and do that? There's a number of things that I've been thinking about. So um,
But if we really look at the like, what is your wife's full-time income that she earns from her real
So with
job?
her bonus, she makes about 100 grand, and I do anticipate that going up because she broke into this industry just I think in 2020.
Mhm.
So she really is in her career infancy. So I do expect her to make more over time.
But, like, even if I mean, just that, let's say that she makes 100, and even if you were to say, "All right, I'm not gonna make 200 anymore, I'm gonna make 100," you yourself are gonna make 100. You guys living on 200 grand, I think you're fine, and you're still saving.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I think the brokerage account stuff, I don't think we need to save there anymore. I think I just want to save in retirement, and
Mhm.
then everything else can literally go to having fun and to the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the rental, what's your game plan on that? You wanna keep that, it's just rolling in,
Keep it.
you is it
Keep it
working?
forever.
Okay, keep it
It's
forever.
it's working.
All right.
Yeah. I'm good
And
at dealing with the people there and the maintenance and stuff, so I
okay.
don't mind that.
So it's nearby, that's good.
Why don't
It's very close. Yes.
why don't you want to save in the brokerage account anymore? I mean, it sounds like you want some options and flexibility in the future. Wouldn't that?
Oh, I feel like I'm saving too much almost. You know what I mean?
I mean, is there
I,
such a
I,
thing?
I I don't know. I'm
Well,
asking
I
you.
can't
What do
force
you
you to
think?
can you have more fun? I mean, you sound, like, extremely happy in your life. It
Very
sounds
happy.
like that there's nothing I'll tell you what, that cash account is driving me crazy. That
Okay.
400
400
grand
grand.
in
Yeah.
cash, that's driving me nuts.
But it
So
is earning,
yeah,
4.75%. I know
today.
that will change. I
Right,
know. I know.
right.
I know.
So what I'm thinking is, Mark, how much can he put into those account how much can you
The
put in a New York yeah,
529s?
but it's a New York 520 it's the New York NY Saves dot
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
How much what's
Yeah.
that? You can put a big lump sum in there and then just pre-fund it.
Yeah, yeah, he could totally front load it if he wanted to do that. I mean, it's that 400 grand is way beyond what they need for an emergency
Yeah,
reserve.
no
I
kidding.
mean, maybe keep some extra in there because they have the rental property if something goes wrong with that, but it's still more than they need.
Well, wait a second. Next year, the gift exclusion goes to 18 grand. Okay. So what you could do is like, we are talking to you, it's the month of December. You could put in 36. I mean, well, this year it's 17, but you can put in 17 times two into, each account, right? So you can put your 34 grand in this year into the 3-year-olds, 34 grand in the 1-year-olds. The baby is due next. You need a social to actually
Oh,
put
he could
money.
open it now if he wanted to.
You could,
Yeah, you could open it in your name and then transfer it to the
but
baby.
and whatever.
Oh,
Let's wait.
interesting.
Let's just well, whatever. If you want to do that, you don't even have to. You can just wait till the baby's born. Then next year you do 36, 36, 36. I've just burned through a whole bunch of your money.
Yeah, how does he feel about
How
that?
do you feel about that? 140. I got 175 grand that we've just put into 529 plans. How do you feel?
I'm okay with that. I mean, some of that 400 grand is going to go into some SEP contributions from this year.
How much?
So I don't,
56 or
probably
something? Like, is that
50 to 60, I would say.
okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's now 350 left in there. And then half of it goes to the kids to the 529.
Hmm.
Okay. The other half, I mean, I tell you the truth, I would be fine if you put some of it. I mean, maybe you keep some of it in cash, but how about in the brokerage account? Why don't you buy a little bond ETF? Why not buy like a
Okay.
10-year treasury?
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan,
And by,
actually. I do kind of like that.
by the way, your retirement contributions, you're doing pre-tax?
The retirement
Like your
contributions
SEP?
are pre-tax.
See,
Yes,
there's
correct.
no way I would do a pre-tax contribution to a SEP versus a brokerage account. Well, I mean, I don't get the logic there.
Well, because he's in a high tax state.
I
That's why.
understand that, but I still wouldn't prevent me from making that decision.
So
Ed,
you would pay tax on the income and then put it in the brokerage?
You already have $1.5 million in pre-tax money. That's only going to continue to grow for the next, 20, 25 years. You're going to have some
Right.
massive RMDs down the road.
um,
Hmm.
well, not $1 million. He has
It's
four
got
oh.
a million and a half in 401k IRA. But the brokerage account is a chunk of that, sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's got in his pre-tax.
Almost $1 million.
Well, what?
No, I think
No,
about
no.
705,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
700, but he's young. He's 40. So here's the math. Okay, the math is I suck it up and I'm paying tax. And let me just look at something. By the way, again, theater of the mind. Let me show everybody what I do when I'm at home. See that? See that fancy
it's a lot.
Ed slot planning thing? Okay. So let me just look at your tax bracket. So you guys are in the 24% tax bracket, basically. Sometimes you're in 32. But if your income goes down into the 24%, okay, pay the tax that's due on that. You guys are going to get hammered, not just with RMDs, but like, let's be honest, where do we think tax rates are going in the future? For real.
Oh, they're definitely going up.
Right. So
Yeah.
let's lock in 24.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this
Okay.
is your last year you're allowed to do pre-tax, and then I'll let you off the hook.
I think you'll be glad down the road.
I know. I think you
Okay.
will too.
Okay.
All right.
So what about the 401k at work with my wife? Should she keep contributing to that?
She have a match?
She does have a match.
Well, definitely up to the match.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
And
probably
then
still do that, and I'm guessing there's probably a Roth option with that.
I don't know. I'd have to ask.
Yeah, I would check that out. If there's a Roth
Okay.
option, I would take advantage of it.
Okay.
I mean, because they're
Um,
gonna they're gonna income out of putting new money into a Roth.
Yeah, their
Right.
income's gonna be too high.
Right.
Again, I just think, 20, 25 years from now, it's gonna be nice to know, yeah, you have this big pot of pre-tax money because that 700 grand, it's gonna be well over, probably close to 2 million bucks, maybe more. And then it's gonna, then you're gonna have a pot of post-tax Roth money where what you see is what you get. And you're not gonna be forced to take that money out.
That's the beauty of it. And it'll give you a lot of flexibility. I love that brokerage account. I think it's like there's your
Yeah.
flexibility. It's great. It's great.
okay. Well, that's good to know.
Now the only thing is about the brokerage account, you're in the Betterment account, they do tax loss harvesting. But it sounds like your wife's such a freaking Warren Buffett that she has only gains in that account. Is that right?
She does have a lot of gains in that account. Yeah.
Are there any losses at all?
There are a couple small losses.
No, just
Yes.
take
Of
those.
course, it's on the stocks that I picked.
Oh my God. She's gonna hammer you on that. That's so good.
But
That's so good.
I mean, overall, man, you are just
Killing it.
kicking butt.
See, he's crushed his 30s. Let me
Well,
ask
thank you.
you,
I appreciate that.
let's see how much he's crushed it. Do you have wills?
We do not have wills.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I got $1 million. I got $2 million and I don't have a will
And a
because
bunch
I'm
of and a bunch of infants running around.
infant, 2 kids, one
Yeah,
on the
I know, I
way.
know, I know, I know,
Are
I
you
know.
insane?
Okay.
Come on, man.
We that's in the plans.
Make that
We
high
will
on
get
the
that done.
list. That goes
Okay.
number 1. Really.
Okay.
Your poor wife. What about life insurance? Do you have any or not?
We do have life insurance. Yeah,
Mhm.
750,000,
Okay.
which is
And
not a ton, I know, but I feel like we have enough where if
you're
something
all
were to
right.
happen, yeah.
Do you have disability insurance because you're self-employed?
Yes.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
What about family members? Do you have like bust out siblings you have to take care of because you're the successful one?
No, actually, we don't. My brother is on his own, doing great.
um,
Can't be doing better than you.
no, this man is crushing it. The 40-year-old 2 million millionaire. It's amazing. It's totally
Oh,
amazing.
thank you.
What do I need to buy on Amazon? Do I have to keep buying? What if do I feel guilty every time I hit the buy? I just bought Mark's son's holiday present on Amazon.
Oh,
I felt
really?
I felt
Okay.
guilty.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't return it.
It's right
So
here.
good luck. What are we missing about Amazon that we're not taking advantage of?
What are you missing about? I don't know. I would say a lot of the stuff that you buy
Yeah.
is actually sold from people like me.
Okay.
So think about that. Like you're not just buying from a big organization. A lot of times you're buying something from like a mom and pop, which people don't know.
Oh, I know.
So
Amazon's killing
we
these
just
people.
we help to
But
get
Amazon's
Steve
taking the
rich.
fees, right?
Yeah.
Amazon is taking the fees out, but still, we have access to customers that normally we wouldn't have.
Is
So,
there a special ed Amazon channel where I can just buy from your people?
oh, no, no, there is not.
Darn
No,
it.
there is not.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, listen, I think you're doing great. Do you need an estate attorney or do you know somebody?
No, I do need an estate attorney. Yes.
All right. I have to go see if I can find you somebody up in your neck of the woods. I happen to know where Ed and his family live, so I'm going to try to make sure we do that. You feel comfortable? You feel like you're like approaching your 40th birthday and now you're financially secure and you've now checked in with us. Anything else that we can do for you?
No, I feel good about it. I appreciate it. Like I said, I've never talked to anyone before about this, and you've made me feel like I'm doing better than I thought, to be quite
Oh,
honest.
see, you said crushing it and we said yes. And so we just agreed with you. It's very easy for us. This is great. Um,
Well, thank you.
really cannot thank you enough for joining us. By the way, we have had you on camera the entire time. I'm sorry to
No,
no,
that's
no, we
not
have
true.
not. We have not. You're not on camera, I promise you. So, all right, hang tough there. I got to do my outro here. So, anyway, everybody, if you want to join us on this program, all you need to do is go to jillonmoney.com, click the contact us button, and Mark does everything else. You write your note. That's one way to get on, right? Email, easy peasy. The next level, You do audio. You say you'll join us live. You say, I want to join you live on the show. Yes, great. The next level, Mark, add that video button. You think that it's bad? Or yeah, I think people do it. I think that anyone under 40 usually does it, but Ed's an outlier. Anyway, we really do appreciate it. Jill on Money, powered by the Compound, is on this channel. All really for you. And we are so delighted to be here. Please like and subscribe to us. I've now learned that, Mark. It's very good. I can say like and subscribe. Don't leave comments. Leave good comments. If you have a negative comment, I don't want to hear from you.
You won't see it anyway.
I know. I never look. Be clear. Whatever you think you're saying about the gray in my hair or whatever else you're going to note. Although sometimes people do ask me what I wore on the air, so I think that's kind of a funny thing. Anyway, you can leave nice comments. That's it. I'm very thin-skinned. Don't forget everything on the JillOnMoney.com website. Subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. If we get 100 more subscribers, Mark gets an extra $1,000 in his holiday bonus. It's a Christmas bonus for him, let me be honest. And check out Jill on Money Live. That is where you have access to live quarterly webinars and bonus video content. That paywall is very low. It's only $35 for a whole year. It's great. All right, lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.